it is Friday night for me. It is Friday night for me. I'm leaving work. I just happen to have TNT on the station, on the TV. It's me and my coworker. And I see Rampage is on, so I stop for a second, and I'm listening. And I hear the chants already. It's like, okay, we know it's coming. And then the music hits. Cult of Personality hits. I genuinely don't know what I'm going to say. I am feeling such genuine emotion right now. I have not felt this much emotion over wrestling in ages. Ages. I was going to talk about SummerSlam, because it's the big show on tonight for you guys. But it's the big show for tonight. Of course, tomorrow night's TakeOver. I'm not, by the way, not going to review TakeOver, but I'm going to watch it. But I am going to review SummerSlam. So that was going to be the big talking points. And I thought, okay, if CM Punk does indeed come back, I'll give my thoughts on it in a little short, which I did. I posted a short. You guys can see the link to that right here. It's over there. That's the link. But he came out. And I knew it was going to be a pop. I knew it was going to be a big pop. But my God. One, seeing AEW in a building that big is amazing. Is amazing. Let's just... You guys know the deal. Subscribe and all that stuff. I'll say all that stuff at the end of the video, but... Let's just get into this. Let's just jump into what it is that I want to talk about. Of course, that is CM Punk. No, ladies and gentlemen, this is not fake. CM Punk is all elite. I don't know. Like, I watched it. I had goosebumps all up and down my arms. All up and down my arms. I come on here most of the time, and I try to give you a caricature of myself, a different version of me, but still me. I'm shooting straight from the hip here. Watching CM Punk after 7 years, man. 7 years. To see him come out in his hometown. And you guys can laugh at me for being emotional. That's fine. And that's okay. Because when he came out, it felt like I was seeing a friend that I have not seen in such a long time. And the emotions he felt, I was feeling too. And so was every single person in that crowd. Look, this face right here. This was a man who legitimately was crying. And I will not laugh. I will not laugh because I feel that emotion. You saw it all over this man's face. When he came out and he was getting into the ring, you could see the genuine emotion. You could tell he was thinking to himself, man, I missed this. You could see the energy. He was legitimately pumped. 7 long years. I gotta quiet my phone because my phone is now, of course, it's going nuts. Twitter and everything else. And so many podcasters have been talking about this, we're speculating, and what's he gonna do, and this and that. And at this point, I've watched professional wrestling since I was 14 years old. I'm 37. And there have been points in my life where I've loved wrestling, and then there have been points where I have been ready to just quit watching wrestling altogether. And when I was young, oh man, did I feel the emotions for that stuff. I loved that stuff. But as I got into my late 20s, wrestling kind of started to not be my thing. WWE kind of started to die for me. You know, the PG era starting and John Cena being booked. And I respect John Cena now. Don't get me wrong. I do. I respect John Cena now. But, and I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time making eye contact with you guys today, because I'm just trying to process through my head what I'm feeling, man. I found myself at that point in time with all my personal issues going on. This is in 2011. This is about summertime. All my personal issues that I had going on in my life at that point in time. And I started to find myself just not wanting to watch wrestling no more. And then a pipe bomb happened. And this man, CM Punk, drew me back into wrestling. And tonight, like I said, it felt like seeing an old friend for the first time in 7 years. That you've missed, you know, maybe things didn't end on the terms that you all had hoped it would. It was really no one's fault on either side. Stuff in their life just happened, and you happened to have to go your separate ways for a while. You didn't know how long. 7 years later, that friend finally came back home. He left. He ventured out in the world. Did some things that he felt like he could do. And you're happy for him. And then today, he finally came home. And everyone was happy to see him. That's what it felt like. And the genuine emotion in his face. You could tell CM Punk was happy to be there. Was happy to be a part of this. You know, I watched SmackDown for 2 hours prior to this, and I don't know, maybe it was because I was anticipating this so much. Maybe it was because I just genuinely wasn't interested in the show. I felt dead. Just bored. I was on the phone with my wife, and it was just like I couldn't care less to watch SmackDown. There was a couple good parts on SmackDown, no doubt. SmackDown had a couple good parts last night, but when CM Punk came out and he cut his promo, which I'll get into the promo and I'll break it down as best as I can. But when he came out and you heard that music and he spoke and you could see that emotion in his face and you felt that emotion. I felt something for wrestling for the first time in a very long time. I liked AEW up to this point. I really like AEW. I watch WWE. I will watch, Impact here or there. But tonight, I felt it. I felt legitimate excitement. That was the first thing I felt, was the excitement. I was feeding off that energy. And then when the emotion was, once that was over, and I was in the car, or I was driving home, and I was thinking about, okay, what am I gonna say? Am I short? And I was like, man, I really want to talk about this. I really want to get into this. I want to talk about this. While all the feelings, everything was still there. And I just started feeling all these different emotions and working through them. And I have not felt like this when it came to wrestling in a really, really long time. It was the best feeling in the world to feel like this, to feel this way about wrestling. And I don't know, it's just butterflies and excitement, like I'm really ready to see it. Plus that shirt is fucking badass. I am buying that goddamn shirt. I am getting that shirt. Sorry, Susie. I should probably tell you that first, but yeah, I'm getting that shirt. all of the speculation, the anticipation, the want, the want to see CM Punk has been building and building, and it was so worth it. Seeing that man in that ring, genuinely happy to be back. You could see it. You could see it in his face. I don't know the contract details or none of that. I haven't bothered to look it up. I don't really care. I have CM Punk on my TV. CM Punk was such a... I loved watching CM Punk. I legitimately felt like he was best in the world. And I know, CM Punk is not the best wrestler. He's not. But god damn it, he is great on that stick. And he can draw a crowd with his words. And I am legitimately excited to see him back in the ring. And I will at All Out. He's going to compete at All Out. That we know now. Him and Darby Allin. And that's going to be great. That's going to be so good. I can't wait to see that. I can't wait to see how they build it. Punk's going to be on Dynamite this week. I'm really interested. I'm interested in seeing what the ratings are going to be for this. The viewership numbers. I want to see the numbers and the ratings for this show. I predicted, I was watching Going in Raw, and I'm predicting 1.3 million views for tonight, which is huge numbers for them on a Friday. But CM Punk opening the show, working through the emotions of the show, what I felt. I was so into it, and I'm coming down off of it now. But it's exciting. It's something I've wanted for 7 years. All the CM Punk chants, the maybe he will, maybe he won't, and finally, CM Punk is back. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. I'm excited. CM Punk, the best in the world. And yes, I'm buying that fucking shirt, and I want an ice cream bar. He promised ice cream bars to everybody. So, god damn. Did you hear this? I swore I turned down my phone. I swore that I turned this thing down. I guess all I did was turn down my media. Whatever. Yeah, I got a new phone too. Fancy. Dirty. I loved it. I loved seeing CM Punk back. And I'm not really saying much. I'm trying to actively, in front of all of you, actively try to work through what I was feeling. You know what I mean? Like, I felt every bit of it. I felt every bit of that emotion. Every bit that they gave to us. I felt it. I felt all of it. CM Punk's back. Now, as far as what did CM Punk say? He came out. He didn't know what he was going to say. He said, I don't know what I'm going to say. He wanted to feel it. He had to feel it. And you could tell even when he was in the rampway and he was down, he was sitting there, you could see he was just drinking it in. This is the first time he's been in front of a crowd. It's been in part of wrestling in 7 years. 7 years. And to see him out there and happy. He looked happy. He hugged some people in the crowd. Some I'm sure he knew, some he probably didn't. Hell, he might know quite a few of them, but he was there. He was happy. I was happy. Everyone was happy. This was a big kumbaya moment, and I didn't get to watch the rest of Rampage, but I'm sure it was great. I'm sure it was great. I'll watch the rest of it. I have it DVR'd on my phone, but man, I want to watch that again. I want to watch it again. I feel like euphoric. Not euphoric, maybe. That's probably too strong, but I don't know. I've just never felt this way about a wrestling show in so long. And it's such an amazing feeling. CM Punk's back. He said, he's back. That it's good and it's bad. It's bad because he has a lot to say and he can't say it all right now. But he says it's good because I have the time. And he smiled. He gave these, throughout the thing, subtle hints, this subtle little slide, jabs at WWE or whatever. But he's like, I have the time. I have Wednesdays. I have Fridays. I have 4 Saturday, Sundays for pay-per-views. He says, he's back. One of the first things he said was, if he hurt anyone or whatever, when he made some decisions in his personal life, he didn't say too bad or anything like that. Like, he was very humble in this moment. He's like, I understand. I heard you. And the chant started. He's like, I hear you. I feel you. And he's like, he reached out and his eyes were red. You could tell he legitimately was shooting. This was a shoot from the heart. This is a work shoot. He shot and then he worked it. But he wants to work with the young talent. And he said it boils down to this is, he said he asked people to understand. He said he couldn't get healthy physically, mentally, spiritually at the place that made him sick. And I get that. I 1,000% get that. But he wants to work with the young talent. I know I'm bouncing all over the place. Like, my nose feels stuffed now because, I don't know, my emotions. But, he wants to work with the young talent. There's a list, and he said, at the top of the list is Darby Allin. So he sees Darby in the rafters with Sting, crowd chanting, Darby. He tells Darby, he puts Darby over. And he says, you like to do dangerous things, but nothing's more dangerous than getting in that ring with CM Punk. Except when it's CM Punk in Chicago. So at September 5th, All Out in Chicago, it will be CM Punk versus Darby Allin. Punk didn't say a lot, but everything he said felt so impactful. He told a story, crept down, he talked about leaving, was having scores to settle in the back, getting to work with this talent, be a part of this stuff. 7 years, man, 7 years. This was incredible. JD from New York, I know he gets a lot of hate, but JD from New York, he's right. We witnessed history tonight. We witnessed history. And it was amazing. It's amazing, man. Just straight amazing. And I don't know. I don't want to go terribly long. I'm already 20 minutes in, and I'm trying not to be here all night. But having CM Punk back and having him back in wrestling, I've watched a couple of his movies since he's left WWE, and I did watch his first UFC match, and it didn't work out. But the man is back in wrestling where he belongs. One of the things he brought up, and I can get it now, after he was able to, go and have self-reflection and this and that. But he talked about in 2005 when he left ROH and how he cried, how he left, but he didn't want to leave. And it's because, it's a place he loved where people could work and make money and hone their craft and make friends and be themselves. And he knew that when he left ROH, he was leaving that behind, and it was going to be hard for him to get to where he wanted to be, where he was going. And he said that's the day he left pro wrestling. He said in 2021, he's back. I can see CM Punk making an appearance in ROH now. based off of that promo. Even if it's just for, hey guys, I'm here. But he's there. He's in All Elite Wrestling, man. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point his wife doesn't get the itch and show back up. Wouldn't be shocked if she doesn't show up at All Out. Mark it now. All Out. AJ Lee, AJ Mendez, whatever her name's gonna really is. AJ Punk. She'll be there. So that's, yeah. I don't know. My head's swirling. It's hard to really think about what I want to say, so I'm gonna move on so I don't sound like a bumbling fool. But I do want to hear from you guys in the comments. I want to hear how you guys felt once you got to watch CM Punk come back. How did it make you feel, man? For me, I've not felt like this in such a long time. And thank you, CM Punk. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for returning. And I mean that. So I'm going to kind of speed through the TakeOver preview and predictions. As I said earlier, I am not going to review TakeOver. I will review SummerSlam, but to do 2 reviews back to back, it's not a commitment I want to make. Sunday's my first free day in almost 2 weeks as of this moment. Well, at the time of recording, this will be almost 2 weeks today that I've worked straight. Most of them 12-hour shifts, especially this last week. I think I've pulled 80 hours in a week. So I will review SummerSlam because it's a big show. But then I will also be reviewing, or will not be reviewing, I don't know where I was going with this. I won't be reviewing TakeOver, but I will review SummerSlam. Let's just say that. And then Sunday is going to be my day of rest to do just basically whatever I feel like doing that day. So speaking of all this AEW and what I'm reviewing, I do want to point something out. Just a reminder, and I did bring this up, but All Elite Wrestling 2K20 is happening, and it's kicking off September 4th with All Out. I will be doing that show. It will be live at noon Central Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Saturday, September 4th. The day before, I will have a preview where I'll go over the schedule for the week, and I will give you guys the full match breakdown for that show. And I have a card, and the card is beautiful. So that's what you guys having come September 4th, right here on the channel. And yes, CM Punk will be a part of that for sure now. So, yay us, CM Punk, right? Okay. So there's that. You guys can go get my merch, teepublic.com/YoBroNation. That's down there. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's talk about it. NXT TakeOver 35. It's going to be a huge show. It's going to be a humongous show. And it's got, I think, 5 matches right now. Yes, 5 matches. I'm going to fly through this, and then I'll get into my SummerSlam part. So here we go with NXT TakeOver. Starting off with the NXT UK Championship. Of course, that's going to be the unbeatable champion, Walter, taking on Ilya Dragunov. Ilya, the way this match has been set, like this was supposed to happen some weeks ago, and it got postponed, and now we see why. They wanted to do it here. They wanted to do it in front of a big crowd for TakeOver 36. Yes, it is 36, even though it looks like it could be a 5. They did a really bad job at really doing that. But it is set. We're going to get it regardless, but I don't know. I'm kind of torn on this. While I think it's time for Ilya to become the champion, I also feel like they're going to put him on NXT Prime. So I feel like he could lose. I don't know. I don't feel like he's the guy to take it off Walter, even though that's basically what the story's been telling us, that Walter's going to lose this. Walter's been the champ for over 2 years. Like, that's a long time. I think it's been like almost 2.5 years at this point. Close to 3. I mean, Walter's got to lose it. I don't know when Walter's contract ends or anything like that, but I do think it's Ilya's time. It's Ilya's time, and I guess I'm going to go with, and if I were to be putting points on this, I'd probably be putting low points, but I will say Ilya wins the UK Championship. That's what I'm going to go with. Up next is a match that's got some stakes to it. Not big stakes, but it's got some stakes. I'm talking about To the Moon, Cameron Grimes taking on LA Knight. If Cameron Grimes loses, he will no longer be the butler. Oh, no. Ted DiBiase will become the $1 million butler for LA Knight. Now, if LA Knight loses, they're both off the hook. So no one is anyone's butler. And this is for the $1 million championship. So there's that. Pretty cool, right? I don't know. This has been an okay program. I don't get to watch NXT as much as I used to. So for me, it's just what it is. I like Cameron Grimes. I don't know. There's a lot going on with NXT that I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with that brand. So, But I will probably delve more in that once I get towards the main events. But, so yeah, I'm going to say Cameron Grimes is going to win. Go home math says Cameron Grimes is winning. Just the basic math, just the way this program's been built up. He's going to win. But watch him lose and Ted DiBiase have to be the butler. Oh my gosh. Oh, no. I'm changing my pick. Can I do that? Yeah, of course I can. It's my show. I'm changing my pick to LA Knight. It's going to come full circle. Man. Ted DiBiase, the $1 million man, from having Virgil go around and do stuff for him, is now going to be the butler. Book it. Book that shit. I want that now. Sorry, love Cameron Grimes. He needs to win. LA Knight. I'm picking LA Knight. That's my pick now. I've worked myself into a shoot, brother. Up next, a match with some stakes. We're talking the NXT Women's Championship as Raquel Gonzalez defends her championship against her former best friend, Dakota Kai. And I'll tell you what. I think this is going to be a banger of a match. I think Dakota Kai is going to be able to carry her to a good 3.5 star match. I think it's going to be a solid 3.5 star match, but I'm interested. I'm interested in this match. I'm interested to see if Raquel's going to be you can't say transitional, but she's not been champ, but 4.5 months. WrestleMania weekend. So, I don't know. I think I'm going to say Dakota Kai wins. I'm going out on a limb. Dakota Kai wins this match. Finally becomes the women's champion. I know you're sitting at home, you're screaming at me like, but Zach, Dakota Kai's on main event. Yes, she is. But damn it, you know you're probably gonna be right. But I'm sticking with it. Dakota Kai is women's champion, and Raquel goes to main roster to Monday Night Raw after SummerSlam, and that's what we get. The Monday after SummerSlam, Raquel will be on Raw. Dakota Kai will stay on NXT, and I'm sure Raquel will work a little bit more on NXT. They'll have a rematch in like a month or so at like Halloween Havoc or whatever, and that's what they'll do. So there you go. That's what they're going to do. That's my pick. All right, I'm moving on. It's time to go to the two main events for the night. And let's start with this one. This is one where I could say a lot, but I won't. But we're talking about the NXT Championship. It is Samoa Joe taking on the young champion, Karrion Kross. I love Karrion Kross, and I hate what they've been doing with him on Raw. I went to Raw actually a few weeks ago, like a month ago. And yeah, it was cool to see Karrion Kross, but no Scarlett. You don't have the full entrance. It kind of sucked. All right, if I'm just being honest, it freaking sucked, man. However, so Samoa Joe, Karrion Kross, man, I gotta go with Joe. And you hear these rumors about NXT and how they're gonna book it and how it's gonna change, and Triple H is denying that. Oh, it's always been this way. But no TakeOver conference call this week, by the way. So it's like, okay, all right. I'm curious, I guess. Uber freaking curious. I'm still living off the CM Punk stuff. I'm sorry. I'm still hyped off of that. So I'm going to go with Samoa Joe. I'm going to go with Samoa Joe to win this match. And I don't know. I don't think Joe's going to have the title long. I think Joe's going to be a transitional champion, go from Karrion Kross to someone else. Watch it be Rich Holland or something like that. Yeah, Ridge Holland. He'll be the next NXT champ, and he'll have it before the next TakeOver. They'll do a TV taping or something. And then, yeah, Karrion Kross is going to go to the main roster. Is Scarlett going to be with him? That's what I'd like to know. Are we going to get to see Scarlett with Karrion Kross? I don't know. Let's talk about the main event. The undisputed finale. It's Kyle O'Reilly taking on Adam Cole, baby. Speaking of someone who might be going to be all elite. Yeah, I like that voice. Was that a little creepy? I can give it to you again. I can give it to you real nice and real deep. I can try to sound like Triple H, but it'll probably sound like something completely different. I probably sound like nothing like him. But, All Elite Wrestling's the best thing in the world. Because they're the best in the world. And if you ain't down with that, I got 2 words for you. Too bad. So, I'm stupid. Ignore me. In fact, I'm going to cut that. Cut it! Cut it, editor! Wait, I am the editor. Kyle O'Reilly, Adam Cole, the undisputed finale, 2 out of 3 falls. I think it's a traditional match and a street fight, and then a steel cage if necessary. Look, cool Kyle is not cool, man. Adam Cole's probably on his way out. He's probably on his way out to be a part of AEW. I'll just guess AEW, perhaps, most likely. So Kyle O'Reilly's winning this match, right? That's given. Even if Adam Cole does stay with WWE, he's going to the main roster. Like, we get that, right? So, without a doubt, that's the route we're going to be taking. Either way, Adam Cole's going to lose. This is the last NXT appearance from Adam Cole. Adam Cole, apparently he's got $1 million deal on the table, but I don't think there's rumors that it's not true, so I don't think it's going to actually be a thing. So, you know, I believe now that CM Punk is in AEW, it's definitely going to attract more people. You know, yes, I had to stretch, baby. You know, it's gonna have some people coming in. You know, something. I don't know what is it I'm trying to say. Someone undisputed. Oh, I'm such a loser, guys. I don't know. I've not felt this giddy about wrestling in forever. But yeah, Adam Cole loses. Yeah, we'll say 2-1. He'll lose 2-1. I say Adam Cole wins the first fall, Kyle O'Reilly wins the second fall, and the third fall. No. Yes. Kyle O'Reilly will win the last 2 falls, and Adam will win the first one. That's what will happen. Got to make Adam Cole look good somehow. So, let's move on. What are we moving on to? Oh, God. You know what we're moving on to. We're talking SummerSlam. We're talking SummerSlam, man. WWE SummerSlam, of course, is live tonight in Las Vegas. Mask mandates. 40,000+, I think 50,000 might be in attendance. It's going to be a really big crowd, and it's going to look really great aesthetically. Masks or no masks, it's going to look aesthetically pleasing to see this, and I'm sure the stage is going to look grand, and entrances are going to be big and bombastic, because this is going to be WWE's WrestleMania, even though they had WrestleMania. So we've gone through 2 WrestleManias without a WrestleMania feel. And we're doing it tonight for SummerSlam. Of course, I am going to be reviewing the show. I am going to be live tonight, guaranteed. My wife is at work. I will be home, hopefully shortly before the show is over. Hopefully not too long before the show is over. So no excuses. I will be here. My laptop will be set up, ready to stream tomorrow. I have no reasons for it to not be here. So, well, no, I do have to take it with me. I have to work on a couple things, but it will be here. I will be live. You will see my face tomorrow night. So, SummerSlam, baby. SummerSlam. I look forward to it. But let's talk SummerSlam. 10 matches were announced. None were added during SmackDown tonight. Although, and when we get there, I'll speak of it, Roman Reigns added something to their match. Good for him. SmackDown, man. Come on now. You were letting me down today. So, let's talk it. SummerSlam. The first match I have set for this card that I wanted to speak about. Let's talk about it. It's going to be Drew McIntyre, the former WWE champion, taking on the modern-day Maharaja. I'm talking Jinder Mahal. These guys going one-on-one. Jinder Mahal, Veer and Shanky can't come ringside. Drew gets to have his sword, and he's going to stab. He's going to stab right in Jinder's face. He's going to rip off his flesh. And he's going to hold his head up, and he's going to, and that's how the match is going to end, right? No? My bad. I got a little carried away there. Getting close to Halloween. Violence is something I like. Anyways. Is it not like a foregone conclusion that this is going to be Jinder's win? Right? Like, am I alone in that thought that Jinder's going to win this match by himself? I don't know. Maybe we get a surprise Heath Slater return and 2 halves of 3MB get back together and we have a handicap match at Extreme Rules next month. Was it 4-on-1 and Drew still wins? And all this started over a sword and a motorcycle, man. That's what all this started over. They don't really talk about their whole past with 3MB, and I'm sure they'll try to shoehorn that in last minute tomorrow night, or tonight. Oh yeah. Chugging the caffeine, guys. But yeah. Come on. Jinder's not winning. Okay? I have a better chance of being able to win the lottery, then get struck by lightning, and hit with a car in the same day than Jinder Mahal has of winning. And if Jinder Mahal wins, I will eat this lotion. I'll eat a spoonful of this lotion live tonight. That is the truth. I will hold this. It's going to be right over here next to my stack of sticky pads. That is what I will do with y'all as my witness. I will eat lotion if Jinder Mahal wins. This won't be their last match either. So there's a slim chance. But I'm going Drew McIntyre is going to win the match. Moving on to a match that, Ricochet doesn't have a match at SummerSlam. Gosh, there's several people on this roster who don't have a match for SummerSlam, but should. but should. But you know who does have a match for SummerSlam? Yep, that's who. We're talking Alexa Bliss with Lily, of course, taking on Eva Marie with Doudrop in her corner. One, why do they call her Doudrop? Why does she have to be called Doudrop? Why anything else? Oh my gosh. I hate this. But Doudrop is in the corner of Eva Marie. And why is Eva Marie in a match at SummerSlam? Why? You could give this spot to anybody. Anybody. Shinsuke Nakamura don't have a SummerSlam match. Big E doesn't have a SummerSlam match. Kevin Owens doesn't have a SummerSlam match. Sami Zayn doesn't have a SummerSlam match. The guy in catering who does the dusting of the tables and washes the dishes doesn't have a match. But Eva Marie does? Oh, come on, man. And you know, Alexa Bliss, not rightfully so, totally not rightful that this happens, but it will happen, is going to be harassed. They're going to boo her. You're going to hear "We Want Wyatt" chants. You're going to get the CM Punk chants during this match. This is your bathroom break. And on top of that, she's stuck with this stupid ass gimmick. And for what? So Eva Marie can be on the show? Perhaps this is in case another match later doesn't happen still. Because even though it's now being reported a certain match is going to happen, well, a certain someone for that match wasn't on SmackDown last night. So, I don't know. I don't have the rumors in front of me. I don't know. But, Eva Marie is going to win by disqualification. Alexa Bliss will get disqualified because she's going to use Lily to possess Doudrop, and then Doudrop is going to hit Eva Marie. And therefore, Eva Marie will win by DQ because, and this match won't last 5 minutes. 5 minutes is the max this match will happen. 5 minutes. And then that's what will happen. Again, undeserved. Alexa Bliss is going to be booed. She's going to be booed. But I'm going to give this stuff to my wife too, so she can watch SummerSlam. Because she's going to love to watch Alexa Bliss. I mean, yeah, Eva Marie's going to win. I can't. I got nothing else. I'm moving on. Let's move on to a match that I'm actually a little intrigued with. And we're talking the SmackDown Tag Team Championships as the Usos defend their tag titles against the Mysterios. I don't think it should have been the Mysterios. I think someone else should have been in this match. That is for sure. But I think the match is going to be brilliant. And, watching SmackDown and listening to how Ray talks to his kid, how he treats him like he's such a small child, man, if they don't win, Dominic is going to kick his dad's head off. Tonight will be the heel turn of heel turns. We will see the greatest wrestler ever in the world, who's not CM Punk, Dominic Mysterio, kick his dad's head off. You're going to get it. They're going to want a lot of shock moments. There's going to be a couple title changes, a few appearances that people weren't expecting, because they want to outdo Rampage from last night. So, we're going to get Dominic Mysterio turning on his dad, or at least the seeds for sure are going to be planted for an eventual heel turn. As long as they don't try to do this in a rematch next month. I hope not. I want to see those two blood feud, first blood. Yeah, first blood. No. We could do an eye for an eye match. Father, son, eye for an eye. I hurt you, Dad. so stupid. But I'm picking the Usos to retain. It's going to be a good match. And I do. I think, like a lot of people do, I think Dominic's going to turn on his dad. I think that's going to happen. So, moving on. Yes, Sheamus defended his United States Championship against Damian Priest. Okay, the long and short of it, Damian Priest is going to win the United States Championship. Yep, that's what's going to happen. U.S. title will be changed hands. It will be one of the few big title changes, and it's going to be Damian Priest becoming the United States champion because Sheamus has had a shit title run. And Sheamus can go on and maybe, I don't know, face Drew McIntyre later. I don't fucking know. I was almost about to skip it and forget it was even on the card, man. Hell. That's my pick. Now, let's talk about it. The Raw Women's Championship. My gosh. Raw Women's Championship. It is Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley challenging... Do I really have to say this? Really? Can I? No. As I was told, I have to. Nikki ASH, almost a superhero. I like Nikki Cross. I hate Nikki Ash. It is not because of the character. I get it. I understand the gimmick. I can understand why people would want that. There's many reasons I am not excited for this match. Many, many reasons. So, like, Nikki ASH would be fine if it wasn't, if you believe enough, you can almost win. Almost win? I don't want to almost anything. If I ain't doing it, if I ain't right, I don't want it. It's this promos that she keeps cutting. They're terrible. Like, I was just as excited as anybody to see Nikki cash in and win. I believe Nikki should have been Raw Women's Champion or SmackDown Women's Champ a long time ago. You know, like, I don't know, maybe Bayley should have lost to her instead of Sasha. I don't fucking know. But Nikki should have definitely had a title opportunity and been a champion at some point already. I know. I gotta keep my throat wet. It's gonna be like this tomorrow night too. Or tonight too. Jeez, I can't forget. But, so Nikki is supposed to be the face, right? She keeps cutting the same old promos, you know. If you believe, eventually you can do this. You can eventually win. I'm almost a superhero. He. And I don't want to hate on her. Because I get it, this is for the kids. And she's gonna sell a lot of merch. Which would lead one to believe she's going to retain the championship, right? That's what most people would probably assume and would probably be right? Makes sense. So that's one reason I don't want to see this. Okay? The other reason is WrestleMania Backlash. Money in the Bank. Hell in a Cell. 3 pay-per-views in a row. We've had a combination of someone, Charlotte and Rhea, or just Charlotte and Rhea. Like, it has not stopped, and it's not stopping. And there's 4 straight shows. 4 straight shows with these 2 women. And I don't hear no one talking about that. It's like, oh, well, you know, this will be a good match. And I'm sure it will. I'm sure this will be a really good match. But I don't want to see it. Because honestly, if they're going to set it up the way they're setting it up, it only should give you one logical conclusion as to what should happen. One logical conclusion. And if it's not that, then what was the point? Why did we do all the trouble? Why did we go through all the trouble if you're not going to have one logical conclusion? Now, Charlotte's a heel. The fans are starting to, I won't say completely, but are starting to kind of turn on Nikki. Rhea's genuinely over. People like Rhea Ripley. I would say, based off response, I know we have a plan, but based off a response, perhaps Rhea should win. But booking says, because of what I think they might do, says Charlotte will win. Merchandise and the kids, yay, says Nikki will win. This is actually a lot harder to pick than you think. It's not a foregone conclusion, but I do have an answer, and I do think I know who will win, and I think I know why. I'm going to tell you why. Why is because of Becky Lynch. She's supposed to be in Vegas. I know. She was supposed to be at WrestleMania. She was supposed to be at Money in the Bank, and hasn't showed up. And maybe it was going to be on the Raw last week. Maybe the Raw next week. Maybe Raw 2 months ago. Maybe Raw in 2027. Maybe when her kid's 18, she'll come back. I don't fucking know. But why don't she be on SmackDown? That's where her husband's at. Baby daddy, Mr. Lynch, is going to be on SmackDown. It's cool. They're traveling a few days a week. I think she'll be okay. They're doing super shows together. I think she'll be okay. Her husband can go to the show with her. It's not a big deal, man. One show's on Monday, the other's on a Friday. It's okay. They're splitting up couples now. Naomi's on Raw. Her husband Jimmy is on SmackDown. They don't care no more. It's okay. I promise. It's okay. But, hear me out. Becky Lynch, I believe, will, and I said this in the Money in the Bank too, I know. But I really do believe it this time. Becky Lynch will be back tonight. That's going to be their CM Punk moment. Becky Lynch, the man, will come around tonight. And I'll be excited. I will. Now, because of that, God, I hope I'm not wrong. Please don't be wrong. But I believe Charlotte wins tonight. Just so Becky can have that match. I think she wins tonight. But it's not my prediction. I think she will win. But I'm going to predict Rhea Ripley. And I think they're going to set up Rhea because she's really getting over as a face. People really like Rhea. And Becky's still going to show up tomorrow night. You won't see Becky tonight. Tomorrow night, Rhea Ripley will be in the ring to cut a promo. Charlotte will come out. She'll want to talk crap. Show about how she's this, she's that. And that's when Becky's music will hit tomorrow night on Raw in California. I believe they're in San Diego. But that's what will happen. I know there will 60,000 people in the place. Yeah, she's not gonna care. She's gonna pop up when she feels like it's right. And that will set up Becky versus Charlotte. The winner will face Rhea Ripley at Extreme Rules. And then you will get Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. And Becky Lynch will become Raw Women's Champion again. At some point. Not at Extreme Rules. I think Charlotte interferes. And you could have those two have a match. Going into the draft. Fuck. I don't know. But separate. Get them away from the championship. Get them away from the championship. And I know. I think it's going to happen. But Rhea Ripley wins. And somehow Becky comes back. You heard my prediction. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe I look like a complete jackass. Or maybe I fly away. You'll see a pig fly tonight. You just don't know. Moving on. So about the tag team champs. Ooh. I had a hiccup. Let's talk about the Raw tag team titles. We're getting RK Bro. Going one-on-one with AJ Styles and his tag team partner, Omos. This is a match a lot of people have been waiting to see. I've been expecting to see. And I think this is going to be a really good match. A really good match. Probably going to be a title change. So I think there'll be 2, possibly 3 title changes. The U.S. title, of course, and this title. I think will also change hands. I said there might be 3. Maybe. Then you get more than that. Definitely these 2. But RK Bro, man, it's not been great build. You know, they really just set the match this week and they tried to cram a bunch of stuff into just one night when they really could have built off of this last week and had the reunion. Didn't have to have Randy RKO Riddle. I mean, you could have at the end of the show just be like, I'm teaching you something. Because honestly, Riddle's thought of, hey man, I understand. You were teaching me how to do it. Now I get it. So can we be friends again? Like, you could have still done the RKO, but when you already knew they were reestablished and you already knew they were facing AJ and Omos. What's 1 week? Why'd you have to push it off 1 week to have Randy say, I did it, but I'm not telling you why, but I'm still a face and I'm still a good guy. Like, oh, come on. Nitpicks. That's been one of the better stories for Raw. And I'm saying RK Bro win the Raw Tag Team Championships. And by January, they lose the titles and they break up as a team. Fuck, I wouldn't be shocked if they don't lose them next month or at Night of Champions or whatever show. Honestly, at this point, it could really happen at any point in time. I mean, yeah. Bro. So, moving on to our next match. We're talking about the Women's Championship for SmackDown. It is Bianca Belair defending her SmackDown Women's Championship against Sasha Banks. I think this will be... I could see this being better than their WrestleMania match. I mean, that was big. That was what, 20,000 people? Maybe 30,000? Not huge. But this is going to be in front of 40, 50, 60,000 fans. This is going to be a really big moment for them. I believe it want to be one of the co-main events, perhaps maybe second to last, maybe third to last. But it's going to be big. And there's a chance we're going to get a SmackDown Women's title match. I don't know if it's going to be Sasha versus her. Right now, as of time of recording, it is still scheduled to be Sasha versus her. Sasha was not on SmackDown tonight. Last night. And that makes me think, okay, they're saying this match is good. They're still promoting it. But there was still no Sasha Banks. Why is that? Curious is myself. Damn it. I'm out of soda. So curiosity does pique my interest right now. So, perhaps you get a replacement. Perhaps they just remove the match altogether, which would suck for Bianca. I would push for another match. I mean, fuck, Sasha didn't even show up during the 2 one-on-one matches. Nothing at all. Ooh, wouldn't that suck for Sasha not to be able to wrestle again for another 4 months? So, I don't know. Maybe they find a replacement. Maybe they say Sasha can't compete tonight, so they're holding it off to the pay-per-view to make it a big surprise, so there's no speculation. Oh my gosh, Bianca can't wrestle Sasha. We need a replacement. Who are we gonna get? Oh. I don't know. Could be anybody. Wild speculation. Oh, wait. That's a bad word. There's some people in the internet who don't like people to speculate when it comes to people and the reasons why they can't or cannot do things. So, I gotta be careful. Act like you didn't hear anything. Sasha's perfectly healthy, right? Yeah. I would not dare speculate why she's not there. For real, though. Maybe that's how we get Becky. Maybe she does go straight to SmackDown. Her and Seth are a different breed. Anyways, so that's the SmackDown Women's title match. I will say, as of right now, Bianca will retain the championship against Sasha if it is Sasha tomorrow night. On the off chance she doesn't show up and they do decide to put in a surprise opponent for the show, Say down in the comments who you think it will be. I think you know who I think it might be. Let's move on. Let's move on to a match that the build for this was good, really good, and then tonight is going to be a great match. But last night the build got even better with some get ready. There's some brood music. Some brood music last night. Brilliant. We're talking Edge, the rated R superstar, taking on the Kingslayer, the Beast Slayer, former WWE and Universal Champion Seth freaking Rollins. That is happening, and I think this, honest to God, I think this will be match of the night. Seth and Edge, this is a true dream match. I will not shit on this match. I think Edge has been fantastic since coming back. I think Seth is just on a different level right now. He's making his way back to main event status with the way he's doing. I think Edge is going to push him over that. I think Seth is in line to be a part of the Universal title picture now. And I think tonight is what's going to push him right off that cliff onto it. Seth versus Edge looks brilliant. And I think these guys are I think this is going to be Edge's best match since his match with Randy Orton last year when he tore his triceps. I think Edge will have the best match since his Backlash match with Randy Orton. So yes, Edge wins the Rumble, but then Edge loses at WrestleMania. He gets stacked. He loses his rematch with Roman. He lost to Randy Orton last year. He's won WrestleMania, and he's won at the Royal Rumble. Other than that, Edge hasn't really won any big matches. So you would say Edge needs the match, but Edge is also an old school head, right? You heard what I said. So Edge is going to probably lose this match. I believe he will put over Seth because I believe Edge, Adam Copeland, is all about the future. And I believe he is going to be happy. He put over Roman. He put over, Roman twice. I think he's okay with putting over Seth Rollins. I know a lot of people are going to pick Edge because Edge needs that win. No, he doesn't. He's fucking Edge. Okay? Edge does not need to win. Edge does not need a championship. I think Edge gets curb stomped. And you don't see Edge till January. Maybe we see him at the Survivor Series. Maybe. But honestly, I think Seth's going to curb stomp him. They're going to somehow get steps in the ring. Edge will get curb stomped on the steps. Maybe. But he's definitely going to be curb stomped. Seth Rollins is going to win this match. And then Seth and Finn Balor can compete against each other to be number one contender. And Seth can go on to face Roman or somehow be aligned with Roman. Some sort of story that's intriguing. And Seth will be elevated. Yeah, Seth Rollins will be put over. Edge is not going to have an issue doing that. I know a lot of people think he needs the win. He honestly doesn't need it. So I pick Seth Rollins. Let's talk about a match that I really wish wasn't just wish it wasn't happening. I'm gonna have to start tallying. So I'm going through these things, but God, let's just talk about it. Let's just get it over with. Yeah, I'm talking about the WWE Championship. I'm talking the almighty WWE Champion Bobby Lashley facing Goldberg here at SummerSlam tonight. If I don't have a lot to say. You got Goldberg acting creepy when it comes to his son. You got Bobby Lashley just looking mad, but getting himself embarrassed. Goldberg no-selling shit, acting like he ain't scared of Bobby Lashley when he should act like he's got some modicum of respect, but he's, you're next. Hey, I'm going to hurt you. That's bullshit. And that's all he says. MVP's done his best to try to make this match enjoyable, but no, we're involving Goldberg's kid. That's where we are. That's where we are, folks. Remember that. But I'm going to say, if Bobby Lashley does not win this match in under 3 minutes and does not squash is harsh, does not kind of pull a Brock Lesnar circa 2014 at SummerSlam, then they're wrong. If Goldberg gets more than a few spears and a jackhammer attempt into, I'll call it now, Goldberg is going to spear Bobby Lashley like 2 or 3 times. He is going to set up for a jackhammer. Bobby Lashley is going to get out of it. He's going to hit Goldberg with a spear. He's going to hit Goldberg with a spear of his own. He's going to attempt to get him in the hurt lock, but Goldberg somehow escape, and he's going to hit Lashley with another spear, and then he's going to try to put Lashley in a jackhammer again, and then Lashley's going to reverse that into the hurt lock, and Goldberg's going to pass out. Goldberg's not going to tap, because Goldberg's got kids who look up to him, damn it. He's a superhero. He's going to pass out from the pain, and Lashley's going to win by making him pass out. This match is going to be like 4 minutes long. I'll even give you a time. I'll say 3 minutes and 47 seconds. I'm putting some real bold predictions out there today. I'm glad I ain't got nothing on the line. I ain't got nothing on the line, thank God. But that's the WWE title match. Bobby Lashley's going to retain this title. Who does he face afterwards? I don't know. I ain't got a clue. But Bobby Lashley will win. I'll tell you that. Let's talk about the main event. The match that everybody has come to see. We're talking the Universal Championship. John Cena versus Roman Reigns. The main event. It should be the main event. Without a doubt, this should be the main event. Roman Reigns wins, right? Is there really... I know Roman came out tonight and made this, you think I can't do this because John was disrespecting him, right? That's what John Cena does. He thinks it's a big joke, and Roman's like, okay, cool. You think I can't go to Hollywood and become a star? You think I can't do this? I can't do that? I'll tell you what. I either leave SummerSlam the Universal Champion, or I quit WWE, or I leave WWE, is what he said. He didn't say he'd quit. He said leave WWE. Sure. Roman's totally losing now. Roman Reigns will win and retain that Universal Championship, and he will move on to WrestleMania next year to face The Rock. He'll have a match with Finn Balor. He'll somehow be involved with Seth Rollins, and he'll move on. It's a more clear picture than it is on the Raw side. I ain't got a clue who's going to face Bobby Lashley. Maybe Keith Lee? I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know what the title picture is there. But I can tell you here, Roman Reigns, that train ain't going nowhere. And then Reigns is going to have a year-long title run. We'll celebrate it. Oh, hail the tribal chief. Oh, thank you, head of the table, for breaking bread with me. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for making sure that I'm taken care of and getting my job. Oh, hail the tribal chief. I'm killing my throat. But Roman's going to win. The Summer Cena will end. It's cool. It's a big main event. But it has been underwhelming. They had this whole, maybe it's Finn Balor. Really? No, we knew it was still going to be Cena. We just didn't know how we're going to get there. Then Cena got in a really messed up way. Really messed up. So it is what it is. SummerSlam is going to be okay. I think it's going to be a good show. It's going to end with Roman Reigns holding that Universal Championship above his head. Because that's what the big dog does. It's what the tribal chief does. Remember, he don't do missionary. He's all about that freaky shit, man. You do missionary and be low in life. I don't do missionary. But that's it. That's my SummerSlam predictions. My NXT takeover. My honest to God, what I could collect thoughts of CM Punk. Thank you guys so much for sitting with me for the last hour plus. Let me know down in the comments, who do you pick? What's your thoughts on CM Punk? Who's winning TakeOver? Who's winning SummerSlam? Do you guys think I should do something if I'm wrong with all these predictions? Let me know down below. I'll have to rewatch this video after SummerSlam to know if I was right or wrong, but that is what it is. Follow us on social media, Twitter and Facebook, both at YoBroNation. Links are down in the description. You guys can also check out some other videos. We got Kicking It with Sidekick Susie, which we haven't done in a while. She still plays Fortnite, but she's not been online in a while. SummerSlam tonight. Go to that. Like us on here. Share this video. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. Get all the notifications for when we come back. Like being live tonight. You'll get that notification. You can set a reminder when you see that it's on the channel. Enjoy it. We will be here. I swear I will be here tonight. SummerSlam review. Look, it's not going to be a match breakdown where this move happened, that move. I'll take some simple notes because I'm going to be at work trying to still do this. But it is what it is. I will have a review. I'll give my overall thoughts. I'll say this match was good. That match was good. Oh, that was a really good move. Oh, I thought that was really good. I had a dumb interview. Blah, blah, blah. None of them are CM Punk. It doesn't really matter. But I'll see you guys tonight. Remember, stay safe, stay healthy, and above all else, join the nation. Talk to you all later.
I don't need a partner. I don't need a friend. I need my older